Today I got some stories coming from Florida about trigger happy individuals. First one just happened recently and the other one happened about 10 months ago. I think they're still going through the court process, but it's insane. So let's get right into it. If you enjoy this type of content, all things lockup and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today. Alright, the first story, like I said, is breaking nationwide news coming from the great state of Florida. A Pembroke Pines Gamestop employee who was arrested after police said he fatally shot a shoplifter is speaking out. He says, "I'm really sorry for the family. I didn't mean for any of this to happen to the family. It wasn't my intention," Guerrero told reporters.
I'm really sorry for the family. I didn't mean for any of this to happen to the family. It wasn't my intention.
With his head in his hands, Guerrero repeatedly apologized as he waited to be picked up from jail. Now, you might be asking yourself, there has to be, it's Florida. They got that stand your ground law. A lot of people beating some crimes that in other states they would never beaten. But the question here is, what happened during this theft process that made him want to pull out his gun? Was there some kind of physical altercation? That's the first thing I ask in these kind of stories. It goes on to say that Guerrero, 33, was arrested on a manslaughter charge in the Tuesday night's shooting at the store of 11069 Pines Boulevard. Police said Guerrero was working in the store when he saw a man shoplifting. Guerrero confronted the man who ran to the front door with the merchandise. Investigators said Guerrero pulled a gun from his waistband and fired a single shot, hitting the man in his torso. This dude's going to the state penitentiary, man. You know GameStop got plenty cameras too. But if a guy steals something, he doesn't even have any altercation, physical situation with you or anybody else in the store, and he's running to the front door, you can't shoot that guy, man. First off, it's not even this guy's store, and even if it was my store with everything in it, I wasn't a part of GameStop or nothing, it was just my personal store. I'ma let him steal it, man. That's why they got insurance for things like this. I mean, it's crazy, man. Some of these clerks, they're trigger happy, man, killing people over bags of chips and shit, some beer. In this case, it was Pokemon cards. Took a man's life over Pokemon cards that wasn't even his. It's GameStop's. It goes on to say, at no point did the victim threaten Guerrero or display any type of weapon. The man later died of his injuries. I seen a video the other day, and it was kind of justified, to be completely honest, but it was treacherous. These two guys go into the pawn shop, I think it was like New York or something, man, and they're trying to rob the guy. It's some Asian cat. And, they start robbing the joint, and the guy jumps over the register masked up, and the clerk grabs a knife. It's a big knife, too. And he's stabbing him, and he hits him one time right here, man. It's game over. And the guy that was getting stabbed, he knew it too. He said, I'm dying. Better think twice nowadays about robbing these clerks, man, especially jumping the counter. Then, the window's all the way open. It's gonna be justified. But, I've seen a lot of crazy videos from people chopping off heads and playing soccer with them in prison. Crazier things than that, too. But that right there, that video that I seen, man, it was probably something that will stick in my mind forever. I mean, it was a gruesome and emotional roller coaster in that short clip. Wish I could show it to you and react to it, but it is highly violent. It goes on to say that the man later on died of his injuries. Family members identified him as 21-year-old Chadrick Coates. His grandmother described him as a good kid and a sophomore at Florida Memorial University. Damn. Now this is where it gets even crazier, man, and it could be a very highly debatable topic. In court Wednesday, a defense attorney said Guerrero had been honorably discharged after serving in the Marines for 10 years. 10 years in the Marines with an honorable discharge. That's quite a little rap sheet, for the military. You floss that, people give you a little bit of respect. But what the hell would make someone who's been in the military, Marines, for 10 years say, hey, I'm gonna go file to work at GameStop? That's mind-blowing to me too. And I don't know, just put myself in the position of a Marine for 10 years. I can't come out and just start slinging Pokemon cards or slinging bullets to stop people from stealing them. This guy's lost his mind. I understand he might have seen some stuff out there, I don't know, but it don't matter. You can't be trigger happy. Oh man, I should have finished reading it. It says he was moving up in the ranks at GameStop while taking care of his family. Why'd they have to use the old military lingo moving up the ranks? These guys that write these articles are deviants. Tricky fellows. He's an assistant manager. He resides in Pembroke Pines with his wife and 2 daughters. Man. It says that the man grabbed 5 boxes of Pokémon Scarlet and Violet Ultra Premium. The cards retail for $120 a box. Whoa, that's quite a load actually. Still don't mean you shoot the guy when he's running out the front door. Now this story happened about 10 months ago. 2 dads charged with attempted murder. You ain't gonna believe how this went down. It's pretty crazy. An apparent road rage incident in Florida led to 2 girls getting shot and their fathers being arrested on attempted murder charges. County Sheriff Bill Leeper said that William Hale, 36, and Franklin Allison, 43, were riding in separate vehicles with their respective daughters when they had a driving dispute. According to First Coast News, a witness called 911 and said that the 2 men were driving erratically and brake checking each other. For those of y'all that ain't never been in a brake checking competition, trust me, it gets heated, man. I've been in a few myself. It's funny too because anytime you brake check someone, you feel safe. Because you know that the law says if you hit someone from the back, automatically you're at fault. And the insurance companies don't care. You hit them from the back. You should have been keeping some space between y'all two. The witnesses also said that the 2 men were playing a cat and mouse game on the road. And you know, I've witnessed these cat and mouse games before on interstate. I tell Brittany follow them because you know it's always probably going to end bad. We've seen some pretty crazy ones end bad too. There was a cat and mouse game going on at one point. It was like 2:30 in the morning. We were driving back from Tennessee. This was during our move and we had to go back and forth a couple times, but they were playing a cat and mouse game and somehow homeboy went off the road. Happened right in front of us, man. It was crazy. It was loud as hell too. Sounded like he hit a brick wall, but really he just hit a tree and the car flipped. We didn't see it flip because it was dark, a lot of trees and stuff, but when we pulled over to see if he was all right, dude flipped his car and it was upside down in this big ditch that had water in it. I think it was like a little mini man-made lake type of situation. You know, you see some of those off the interstate sometimes. But we show up and dude is swimming out of his car, man, completely fine. Got up, started walking around. I was like, all right, Brittany, he's good. Let's keep it going. You know, but a cat and mouse game that we were following for 10, 15 minutes turned into that. Gotta be careful with that road rage, but according to Sheriff Leeper, Hale was driving a black Dodge Ram. Why is it always gotta be a Dodge? They seem to be the angriest drivers on the road, man. Got something to prove. Oh, must be them Dodge Ram horns on the front of that truck. Gets everybody riled up a bit, make you feel strong. He was driving alongside Mr. Allison's gray Nissan Murano. Hale yelled at Allison to pull over. Leeper says a passenger in Allison's Nissan made an obscene gesture at Hale. Probably flipped him the old bird. Someone in Hale's vehicle then threw a plastic water bottle in Allison's vehicle. Man, I got a story about something like that. I'll tell it to you at the end, but according to Deputy Leeper, Allison grabbed his Sig Sauer 45mm handgun and fired 1 shot at Hale's truck before speeding away. The bullet struck Hale's 5-year-old daughter in the leg. When Hale realized that his daughter had been shot, he didn't go to the emergency room. Nope, he sure didn't. He allegedly pursued Allison's truck and fired several bullets from his Glock 43 9mm handgun. One of the bullets hit Allison's 14-year-old daughter in the back, collapsing her lung. If it was my daughter that got shot, the first thing I would have done is have someone call the cops, and then I'm going to be Googling the closest hospital. Driving her straight there, not chasing someone down to get a little retaliation. But that's crazy, he ended up shooting the other daughter in her back. All because these guys got pride issues, man, on the road, want to play the brake check game. Leeper says that both men continued speeding along when they saw a sheriff's vehicle on the side of the road. They pulled over and began fist fighting until a deputy split them up. Both of their daughters shot, one in the back collapsing the lung. That's severe. Another one in the leg could be severe as well, especially if it hit an artery. They don't care. They get out the car, start fist fighting. These guys are fucking maniacs. Straight maniacs, man. Both children were rushed to the hospital. They both expected to survive their injuries, thankfully. Both men have been charged with second-degree attempted murder. But like I said in this article, someone threw a plastic bottle at the other car, and I got a story about something like that. I was driving back from this beach called Sandbridge, right, with Grizzy. Worst damn situation ever, man. drinking, drinking at the beach, and we're driving back, and these roads are super skinny. One wrong inch to the right, you're going in a ditch. I've been to Sandbridge plenty of times, but I'm not used to the skinny roads. I just got my car, man, so I'm driving kind of slow. And someone's riding my ass. I got Grizzy in the car, so I just drive even slower, man. This guy can go around if he wants to. I was hoping he went past me, though, because I had a water bottle in my hand. I was going to throw it at his car. And I did. I threw it at his car, and I wasn't looking at the road, and it ended up in a ditch. Me and Grizzy on the side of the road, like, man, we gotta call a tow truck. I ain't got no money. I don't even remember who came and got me from that situation, but road rage ended badly instantly. Now I have one more story. It's not coming from Florida. It's actually coming from my home state of Virginia. And it kind of got my blood cooking a little bit because, man, if I were to have done this, I swear I would have went to prison. A shooting at the food court in Dulles Town Center, about 45 minutes west of D.C. Mr. Cook from the Classified Goons YouTube channel, Cook made a non-sensual recording on his cell phone. Then he approaches Mr. Coley in a food court, putting his cell phone up to his ear, letting him listen to something. Dude says, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Back up away from me." Mr. Cook doesn't get violent, but he continues to approach the guy with his cell phone in the air for him to listen. And all this took place in about 20 seconds. Coley continues to walk off while Cook follows still, and then he pulls his gun immediately and shoots him in the stomach one time. A lot of people are saying that the prankster, got what was coming to him. He was harassing Coley as he was walking off, even though it was only about 20 seconds. It doesn't matter, man. This is 2023. There's a lot of stuff like this going on. Pranks been happening since the day of time, man. It is what it is. And this is a highly debatable topic. I would love to hear y'all's input on this one. Was it justified? If you're to ask me, the guy that pulled the gun out on homeboy, he was trigger happy. And he was scared as hell. That's the thing, man. When you go in front of a jury and stuff, if you could prove that you were really scared for your life, then, you're going to beat it. But this is the thing, man. It seems like there's a lot of scary-ass people out there that shoot people for nothing. Like, God, these people shouldn't even have a gun. They're going to get scared that quick to pop someone. But at the same time, these pranksters, they're getting out of control. Can't be running up on people you don't know nothing about, man, and trying to play some weird recording in front of their face. They don't know who you are. I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place with this case. I'm feeling like it's just me being angry about my past case. But that is some of the trigger happy stories I got for y'all today. And anybody out there carrying a firearm, man, you got to be a lot more responsible than these guys, right? If not, then you're going to be going through the court process as well, wondering if the jury's going to believe your self-defense case. But I got to go work on my new next best art piece. It's going to be beautiful. I'm doing a giant mermaid piece, man. All you mermaid fans out there, I guarantee you're going to want this. And if you want to see my artwork or anything, check the description. I got a link tree there with all the links to everywhere that I'm doing things. Not to mention they got Vaughn Death out. I got to go tap into that. Call of Duty Warzone on my second channel, 23-1. Go check it out. Subscribe, notification bell, all my gamers out there. But stay tuned. I got plenty more content coming your way. And as always, y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free.